You like your new toy? What's his name? Lovable. Sure his name isn't like Fred or Henry? Oh, it's so cute. Sure his name isn't like Fred or Henry? Oh, it's so cute.
Dolls are fun. We talk to them, give them names, and brush their hair. And in return, they bring us laughter, allow us to snuggle them, or simply keep us company when we feel lonely. However, these dolls you're about to see should never be played with. These are haunted dolls. A haunted doll is a handmade or manufactured doll or stuffed animal that is purported to be cursed or possessed in some way. The earliest report of a haunted doll goes back to Egypt, where the enemies of Ramses III attempted to use wax images of his likeness to bring about his death. The dolls used in this ritual were said to be living and would curse anyone who bore their resemblance. Robert the Doll goes back to 1904, when Jean got him as a birthday present from his grandfather. Jean was so obsessed with Robert that he talked about him constantly as if he was a real person, and he blamed him for everything. It was almost as if Jean projected himself into the doll. He kept Robert all of his life, but after Jean died, paranormal things began to happen. Once again, Robert was to blame. Many witnesses said Robert moved around the house all on his own. They heard footsteps and giggles coming from him. He was eventually donated to the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, where he continues his pranks, causing the cameras and lights in his area to malfunction. Did Jean's death have something to do with Robert seemingly coming to life? Mandy is a doll that was made in Europe in the early 1900s. She was donated to the Quesnel and District Museum in 1991. The woman that donated her told the museum that she often heard Mandy crying from the basement in the middle of the night. The museum claims that visitors feel dread when they see her, and she makes objects disappear or move around on their own. Visitors' electronics often fail when taking pictures or recording Mandy, and the museum had to put Mandy in a case all by herself because she was causing mischief by knocking down other dolls in the shared case. It seems Mandy didn't play well with others. Kerry Walton of Brisbane, Australia, was searching for antiques under a dilapidated old house when he stumbled upon a frightening old doll in the darkness and took it home. Right away, strange things began to happen. Everyone noticed that the doll changed positions on its own, and its facial expressions looked different from day to day. Dogs had a vicious reaction to it and would try to attack it, and children in the family were having nightmares. Kerry contacted a psychic, and they conducted a seance. The psychic determined that Letta was made more than 200 years ago by a man in Romania who was in terrible grief because his son had drowned. He made the doll to contain his dead son's spirit, and the poor child has been trapped in Letta ever since. Dolls come in all shapes and purposes. Worry dolls can take your worries away. Voodoo dolls curse you. And haunted dolls are possessed dolls that will haunt you. These evil dolls are waiting for you to adopt them and take them home. So the next time you're looking to get a doll somewhere, be careful. It just may be haunted.